welcome to my channel, Emily Reads. This is only my second video ever filming, and right now my setup is just my iPad. So if you have any tips, tricks, helpful, constructive criticism, I greatly welcome it. So today I thought I would show off my new reading journal and also give you an update on my September to be read list or TBR list. So first, my reading journal. I never thought I would transfer from my old reading journal into a new reading journal until the beginning of the year, just because I like to follow the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, and I didn't want to have to recopy that list. However, my birthday was yesterday, and I got a gift, and I said, I have to use this. So I got a Grogu or Baby Yoda or the Child notebook. My sister gifted it to me. And so right now, all it has is my index, and then it has my very long list of books to read. Yes, those are all books that I own that I have yet to read. 4 or 5 pages of it. Pages read so far in September. And then, this is kind of messy. This first page here is a reading order for Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere World. I've not read anything by Brandon Sanderson, but I have a few of his books, and I was just going, I don't know where to start. I knew I was going to start with Mistborn, the Final Empire, but I didn't know from there what the order was after that first trilogy. So I just found this list on Goodreads, copied it down, and then I have my Realm of the Elderlings Robin Hobb tracker here. Sorry for the glare. And I think that is all I have in my journal for right now. So on to September reads. So as I said, I'm doing the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge. This is actually the first year. I've attempted it for about 6 years or so now, but I was also working on a second master's degree. And I was taking a class at a time, and that class was a semester's worth of work in 8 weeks. So I had not much time for reading for fun. So this year I'm taking a break from my master's degree, and I said, well, since I'm taking a break, now's the time to read for fun again. So I've discovered a whole lot of new authors, and I'm actually have about 7 books left in the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, so I'm super excited. So some of these fit with that challenge. So the first book that I'm going to read in September, I've already started it. I'm about 300 pages into it. Is Ship of Magic by Robin Hobb. This is the first book in the Light Ship Trader series, the second trilogy in her Realm of the Elderling series. And this book just basically follows several different points of views. And basically it's a world where ships are made out of this special wood called wizard wood, and after 3 captains in the 3 successive generations, when they die on the ship, then the ship becomes alive. It'll communicate, and these ships are unsinkable, they are fast, they're the only ships that can go up the Rain River. So these ships are very desirable. So this follows Althea, who was expected to take over the captaincy of that ship, her family's ship, when her father died. And it turns out her brother-in-law, the family conspired for her brother-in-law to have that ship. So it follows Althea, and then it follows Kyle, who is the brother-in-law who has the ship, his son Wintrow, who is now training to work on this ship when all he wants to do is be a priest to Sa. And it follows Kenneth, who is a pirate who is wants to get his hands on a ship made out of wizard wood, and then it also follows the point of view of one of the live ships and a sea serpent. So this book, I've really enjoyed it. Robin Hobb is putting us again through the ringer, but I'm looking forward to reading it and finishing it soon. And this book is fitting, on the Pop Sugar Challenge, is fitting at the time that I wrote my list, the longest book on my to-be-read list. The next book, and I'm about 20 pages into this, is Sue Grafton's X. I checked this out of the library. It's filling the prompt of the book that starts with X. I think Y is on there, and Z. I had no clue what to read. I've never read anything by Sue Grafton. Starts with X. Made sense to me. But this is a Kinsey Malone book, and she is now on the case of a woman who's divorced, and that woman is trying to steal a painting because it was a bitter divorce. And that's really about as much as I know. Again, I'm only 20 pages into this book. The next book really would fit in for the month of October, but I just checked it out of the library, so I'm going to read it now. And that is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I have never read this book, and I've owned it years ago and got rid of it because I was like, I'm not going to read this. I've had this for too long and I'm moving. So I got rid of it. But this is fitting the published anonymously prompt, and I figured I was an English major, how have I not read this? So that's why I chose this book. Again, it would probably have fit better in October, but like I said, I just checked it out of the library, so I want to make sure I read it this month and get it returned back to the library. Then the next book is my did not finish book, and that is Dune Messiah. I had read Dune at the beginning of the year, and then I started reading this book in May, and when I read it was right after I had my gallbladder removed, and so I was taking pain medication, sleeping for a few hours, waking up, reading for about an hour, and then conking out. And that's not how you read this book when you're kind of like sleep deprived and in pain and not feeling well. So I DNF'd it and said, I just can't finish this right now. So this book is fulfilling the DNF prompt on the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, and this is a continuation of Paul Atreides and his story, and also the need for him to now have an heir, as he is now basically the leader of the Freemen on, I can never remember the name of the planet. And just so on the planet starts with an A, and I can't remember it. Oh, I'm so terrible. This is what happens when you read a lot of books in a quick. At any rate, he is now kind of like worshipped by the Freemen as he rules them, and he needs to have an heir, but there are political forces that are conspiring against him to take over his power. The last book, and I have no pretensions of finishing this book during the month of September, and like I said, actually Robin Hobb's is longer than this book. Okay, good. I know that I probably will not finish this book in the month of September, but I want to read Eye of the World by Robert Jordan, and the reason because The Wheel of Time is coming out on Amazon Prime. The trailer, it looks freaking awesome, and this is probably one of the fantasy series to read outside of Lord of the Rings, which I also have not read. This is one of the quintessential fantasy reads that you should read. Haven't read it. I know it's a mass market paperback, and I don't really like mass market paperbacks, but the price was right. It was less than 10. It was about $9. I used my teacher discount. So the price was right, And when there's 16 books in a series, you gotta go cheap. So like I said, I'm hoping to start this so that way I'll be on track to finish this before November when the series comes out. And that is it for my September reads. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend. I hope you're able to rest and relax before tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.